Good morning, good morning, good morning. How you doing? Yep, it's been one of those mornings. I've been up too long and it's way too early. Now, how you doing? Welcome to the channel. My name's Brian and I'm a poet and we do poetry on this channel. That's probably why you're here. If not, if this is welcome. I had no idea what I'm talking about this morning. That's usually the case. And I usually have a show planned, but no, I'm just going to start playing stuff. One of those free play Wednesdays. And we might have heard it before. We'll listen to it again. Ha! 50-50 Langston Hughes.
Ain't got nobody to share my bed. Ain't got nobody to hold my hand. Truth of the matters, I ain't got no man. Big boy opened his mouth and said, trouble with you is you ain't got no head. If you had a head and used your mind, you could have me with you all the time. She answered, babe, what must I do? Your money too. He said share your bed and your money too. Big boy opened his mouth and said, trouble with you is you ain't got no head. If you had a head and used your mind, you could have me with you all the time. Share your bed and your money
Hey, Kathy.
Suddenly break the branch or hope to find the white heart over the white well. Glance aside, not for lamps, do not spell old enchantments. Let them sleep. But not too deep. Lift your eyes where the roads dip and where the roads rise. Only there where the gray light up upon the left, out of the sea came he. And he shone bright, and on the right went down into the sea. Higher and higher every day, till over the mast at noon. The wedding guest here beat his breast, for he heard the loud bassoon. The bride hath paced into the hall, red as a rose is she, nodding their heads before her goes the merry minstrelsy. The wedding guest he beats his breast, yet he cannot choose but hear. And thus spake on that ancient man, the bright-eyed mariner. And now the storm blast came, and he was tyrannous and strong. He struck with his oar, taking wings, and chased us south along. The bride hath paced into the hall, red as a rose is she, nodding their heads before her goes the merry minstrelsy. The wedding guest he beats his breast, yet he cannot choose but hear. And thus spake on that ancient man, the bright-eyed mariner. The storm blast came, and he was tyrannous and strong. He struck with his oar, taking wings, and chased us south along. The bride hath paced into the hall, red as a rose is she, no new, nodding their heads before her goes the merry minstrelsy, the merry minstrelsy. The wedding guest he beats his breast, yet he cannot choose but hear. And thus spake on that ancient man, the bright-eyed mariner. 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 Nothing to do but work, nothing to eat but food, nothing to wear but clothes to keep one from going nude. Nothing to breathe but air, quick as a flash is gone. Nowhere to fall but off, nowhere to stand but on. Nothing to comb but hair, nowhere to sleep but in bed. Nothing to weep but tears, nothing to bury but dead. Nothing to sing but songs, ah well alas, alack. Nowhere to go but out, nowhere to come but back. Nothing to see but sights, nothing to quench but thirst. Nothing to have but what we've got. Thus through life we are cursed. Nothing to strike but a gate. Everything moves that goes. Nothing at all but common sense can ever withstand these woes. life, we are cursed. Nothing to strike but a gate. Everything moves that goes. Nothing at all but common sense can ever withstand these woes. Nowhere to go but out. Nowhere to come but back. Nothing to see but sights. Nothing to quench but thirst. Nothing to have but what we've got. 'Cause through life we are cursed. Whoa, whoa, we are cursed.
One more.
This admirable gadget, when it is wound on a string and spun with steady force, maintains its balance on most any smooth surface, pleasantly humming as it goes. It is whirled not on a constant course, but still stands in unshivering integrity for quite some time, meaning nothing perhaps, but being something agreeable to watch. A silver nearly silence, gleaming a still, nests out of speed, composing unity from spin, so that its hollow spaces seem solids of late, until it wobbles and begins to whine, and then with a nod lunge, eccentric and reckless, it skids away and drops dead into its own skeleton.
I love it. Oh yes, that one kind of makes me want to break shit too. I don't know. That's just, I guess that's just the mood I'm in this morning. One of those. It's a Monday on a Wednesday. Yesterday was a Monday too. And I guess Monday was too. I'm in a mood. Can't explain it. I guess it's just one of those days.
Tis midnight o'er the dimmer's lonely bosom. Dark, dusky, windy midnight swift are driven. The swelling vapors onward, every blossom bathes its bright petals in the tears of heaven. Imperfect, half-seen objects meet the sight. The other half our fancy must portray. One dull, lengthened sheet of swimming light lies the broad lake. The moon conceals her ray, sketched faintly by a pale and lurid and the glutting wave that zaps eternally. The cold grey steep sounds heavily within the hollow cave. All earth is restless from his glossy wing. The heat fowl lifts his head at intervals. When driving rainy come the bursting squalls. All nature wears her dun-dead covering. Tempest is gathered and the brooding storm spreads its black mantle. The mountains form and mingling from the far hunter's booth, the bloodhounds yelling. The water falls in various cadence chiming, or in one loud unbroken sheet descending. Salute each other through the night's dark womb. The moaning pine trees to the wild blast bending are pictured faintly through the checkered gloom. The forest halfway up the mountain climbing resound with crash of falling branches quiver. Their age's mossy trunks, the startled doe leaps from a leafy lair. The swelling river winds his broad stream majestic, deep and slow. Quivering meat conception turns in the void, expelling human beings. Pigs, turtles, frogs, insects, nits, mice, lice, lizards, rats, road. Horses, boxy, bucolic, pictics, horrible, unnameable lies of vultures, murderous attacking dog armies of Africa, rhinos roaming in the jungle, vast boars and huge, gigantic bulls, elephants, rams, eagles, condors, bones and pork.
Joe. We're doing some head banging.
Now as the train bears west, its rhythm rocks the earth. And from my Pullman berth, I stare into the night, while others take their rest. Bridges of iron lace, a suddenness of trees, a lap of mountain mist, all cross my line of sight. Then a bleak, wasted place, and a lake below my knees. Full on my neck I feel the straining at a curve. My muscles move with steel. I wake in every nerve. I wake in every night. I watch a beacon swing from dark to blazing bright. We thunder through ravines and gullies washed with light. Beyond the mountain pass, mist deepens on the pane. We rush into a rain that rattles double glass. We'll shake the roadbed stone, the pistons jerk and shove. I stay up half the night to see the land I love. The land I love. Then a bleak, wasted place, and a lake below my knees. Full on my neck I feel the straining at a curve. My muscles move with steel. I waken every nerve. I watch a beacon swing from dark to blazing bright. We thunder through ravines and gullies washed with light. Beyond the mountain pass, mist deepens on the pane. We rush into a rain that rattles double glass. We'll shake the roadbed stone, the pistons jerk and shove. I stay up half the night to see the land I love.
Yeah, cruise control.
Beautiful city, the center and crater of European confusion. Oh, you with your passionate shriek for the rights of an equal humanity. Has proven, but evolution rolled again, back on itself in the tides of a civic insanity. back on itself in the tides of a civic insanity. Humanity!
Oh, let's just keep it going. In Abraham's bosom all the year, and worships at the temple's inner shrine. God being with thee when we know it not. Dear child, dear girl, that walkest with me here, if thou appear untouched by solemn thoughts, thy nature is not therefore less divine. Thou liest in Abraham's bosom all the year, and worshipst at the temple's inner shrine, God being with thee when we know it not. Oh, good evening, Netmaster. Yeah, you getting pissed off poet this morning. Oh, actually, that one kind of grows on me. I didn't realize how. I know I like the other one, the shorter version of it. It's got that little. I actually might mess with that one, extend it a little bit, but that actually is pretty freaking good for a Thrasher. Oh, yeah. Yes, cruise control is your friend. Oh, I don't know. I thought I know we got a variety of things going on here as far as all that goes. Do we still want to keep it in the heavy vein? I don't know. I know what I want to listen to next. Meow. Oh, indeed. All right. Oh, I know what I want to play next. We're going. All right. I just got to get to the right folder. This is always a good one. A little progressive. Let's do a little progressive for a minute.
This is the field where the battle did not happen, where the unknown soldier did not die. This is the field where grass joined hands, where no monument stands, and the only heroic thing is the sky. Birds fly here without any sound, unfolding their wings across the open. No people killed or were killed on this ground, hallowed by neglect and an air so tame that people celebrate it by forgetting its name. This is the field where the battle did not happen, where the unknown soldier did not die. This is the field where grass joined hands, where no monument stands, and the only heroic thing is the sky. Birds fly here without any sound, unfolding their wings across the open. No people killed or were killed on this ground, hallowed by neglect and an air so tame that people celebrate it forgetting its name.
Experience like a pale musician holds a dulcimer of patience in his hand, whence harmonies we cannot understand. Of God will in his world the strain unfolds, in sad perplexed minors deathly colds. Fall on us while we hear and countermand. Our sanguine heart back from the fancy land. With nightingales in visionary walls, we murmur, where is any certain tune, or measured music in such notes as these? But angels leaning from the golden seat are not so minded, their fine ear hath won the issue of completed cadences, and smiling down the stars, they whisper, sweet. this day. For it is life, the very life of life, in its brief course lie all the verities and realities of your existence. The bliss of growth, the glory of action, the splendor of achievement are but experiences of time. Tomorrow is only a vision, and today well lived makes yesterday a dream of happiness, and every tomorrow a vision of hope. Look well therefore to this day, such is the salutation to the ever new dawn. To this day, for it is life, the very life of life, in its brief course lie all the verities and realities of your existence. The bliss of growth, the glory of action, the splendor of achievement are but experiences of time.
I love that one. Yes, indeed. I mean, how pissed off you are, because I woke up fucking pissed off this morning for a lot of reasons. Some legitimate, some in my own head. But hey, that's usually the way it goes. But yeah, we got this to help express it. Some interesting tunes from some great poems. That's okay. Ooh, here in the States, you just say "fuck you," I'm not paying it. Oh, you're pissed off, Joe. I'm sorry. Here, maybe this will cheer you up. If it's the right one.
A woman who my mother knows came in and took off all her clothes. Said I, not being very old, by golly gosh, you must be cold.
No, no, she cried, indeed I'm not. I'm feeling devilishly hot. Said I, not being very old, by golly gosh, you must be cold. No, no, she cried, indeed I'm not. I'm feeling devilishly hot. Said I, not being very old, by golly gosh, you must be cold. No, no, she cried, indeed I'm not. I'm feeling devilishly hot.
I like my body when it is with your body. It is so quite new a thing. Muscles better and nerves more. I like your nerves, your small. I like your body. I like what it does. I like its house. I like to feel the spine of your body and its bones and the trembling firm smoothness in which I will again and again and again kiss. I like kiss.
silver linings, Joe?
She walks in beauty like the night of cloudless climes and starry skies, and all that's best of dark and bright meet in her aspect and her eyes, thus mellowed to that tender light which heaven to gaudy day denied. One shade the more, one ray the less, had half impaired the nameless grace which waves in every raven tress, or softly lightens o'er her face, where thoughts serenely sweet express how pure, how dear their dwelling place.
So that was an interesting hour of poetry, now wasn't it? Yeah, it's, I don't know, I get these moods and stuff sometimes. But yeah, I was going to say something, but wow, me without anything to say. Yeah, it's just there's a lot. It all goes on and on and on in your brain. You just want to get it all out at once. That way it doesn't burden you anymore. Because sometimes it seems, having at least somewhat of a capacity for critical thought, just makes life that much more, I don't know, it's interesting in some ways, yeah, but unendurable? No, I'll figure it out.
When biting boreas fell and dove, sharp shivers through the leafless bough. When Faber skis a short-lived glow, far south the lift, dim darkening through the flaky shore. O'er whirling drift, at night the storm, the steeples rock. Poor labor sweet and sleep was locked, while burns with snawy wreaths up choked. Wild eddying swirl, or through the mining outlet box, down headlong hurl. The doors and windocks rattle, rattle. I thought me on the Owry cattle, cattle. Or silly sheep while by this prattle. Oh, in a war, and through the drifty blaring sprattle. Beneath the scar, ill-capping bird, we helpless thing, that in the merry months of spring delighted me to hear thee sing. What comes o' thee? Where wilt thou cow thy chittering wing and close thy ear? Haven't you a murdering errands toiled, lone from your savage home's exile? The blood-stained roost and sheepcote spoiled, my heart forgets, while pitiless the tempest wild on you beats. Chittering wing and close thy ear. Haven't you on murdering errands toiled, lone from your savage home's exile? The blood-stained roost and sheepcote spoiled, my heart forgets, while pitiless the tempest wild sore on you beats. Thou hast that all to me, love, for which my soul did pine. A green isle in the sea, love, a fountain and a shrine, all wreathed with fairy fruits and flowers. From out the future cry. unless our God asks for. Unless alas with me the light of life is on. No more, no more, no more, no more, no more, no more. Such language holds the solemn sea to the sands upon the shore. Shall bloom the thunder-blasted tree, or the stricken eagle soar. And all my days are trances, and all my nightly dreams are where thy grey eye glances, and where thy footstep gleams in what ethereal dances by what eternal stream.
Hey, Rika.
Thus the maid glideth where my love abideth, sleeps no softer, it proceeds on through lawns, on through meads, on and onward befall, meandering and musical, though the hugged pasturage bears not on its shaven ledge aught but weeds and waving grasses, to view the river as it passes, save here and there a scanty patch of primroses, too faint to catch a weary bee, and scarce it pushes its gentle way through strangling rushes, where the glossy kingfisher flutters when noon heats are near, glad the shelving banks to shun, red and steaming in the sun. Where the shrew mouse with pale throat burrows, and the speckled stoat, where the quicksand pipers flit in and out the marl and grit that seems to breed them brown as they, not disturbs its quiet way, save some lazy stork that springs, trailing it with legs and wings, whom the shy fox from the hill rouses creepy ne'er so still. Island where the shrew mouse with pale throat burrows and the speckled stoat, where the quicksand pipers flit in and out the marlin grit that seems to breathe them brown as they not disturbs its quiet way. Save some lazy stork that springs, trailing it with legs and wings, whom the shy fox from the hill ruses creepy ne'er so still.
And good evening to you, Misty. How are you doing? Thanks for dropping by. And let's go up here where it's been quite a month and it's just started. Yes, what a day it's been. And it started off very angry. If you go back to the beginning of this, there's a lot of thrashing going on. Yes, and I think that's that. And good morning, Rika. Packing, doing that. Well, got to get it done. That's the thing about necessary things when it comes to doing stuff, especially when you're making changes. Because, you gotta, right now, I don't know. It's just this all the existential shit going on in the world, seeming to, the world going to hell in a handbasket, and I kind of avoid talking about that stuff most of the time here because that's not what we're here for. Oh, and then I don't know, dealing with the losses I've had over the past couple months, my puppies. Oh, I never had kids, so they're my kids. And then I've got a busy semester start tomorrow. At least it's something to look forward to. Oops. Oh, it's that time of the day when the bandwidth starts going wacky. Oh, right. We already played that one. Let's play this one.
Souls of learning and the leather
Hey, Joe. Hey, Trump.
Shot from a bower eaves, he rode between the barley sheaves. The sun came dazzling through the leaves and flamed upon the brazen greaves of bold Sir Lancelot. A Red Cross Knight forever kneel to a lady in his shield that sparkled on the yellow field beside remote Shalott. The jelly bridle glittered free like to some branch of stars we see hung in the golden galaxy. The bridle bells rang merrily as he rode down from Camelot. And from his blazoned baldric slung a mighty silver bugle hung. And as he rode his armor rung beside remote Shalott. All in the blue unclouded weather, fig jewels shone, the saddle leather, the helmet and the helmet feather burned like one burning flame together as he rode down from Camelot. As often through the purple night, below the starry clusters bright, some bearded knee or trailing light moves over green Shalott. His broad, clear brow in sunlight glowed, on burnished hooves his warhorse strode. From underneath his helmet flowed his coal-black curls as on he rode, as he rode down from Camelot. From the bank and from the river he flashed into the crystal mirror. Tiralira, tiralira, sang Sir Lancelot. Oh, she left the web, she left the loom, she made 3 paces through the room. She saw the water flower bloom, she saw the helmet and the plume. She looked down to Camelot, out flew the web and floated wide. The mirror cracked from side to side, the curse has come upon me, cried the Lady of Shalott.
Poor Lancelot. Poor Lancelot.
For him who struck that foreign string, our weakness heart has ceased to care. Then why dost thou such feelings bring to my sad spirit, old guitar? It is as if the warm sunlight in some deep glen should lingering stay when clouds of storm or shades of night have wrapped the parent orb away. cease to care, then why dost thou such feelings bring to my sad spirit, old guitar? It is as if the warm sunlight in some deep glen shall lingering stay, when clouds of storm or shades of night have wrapped the parent orb away.
I love that one. I like this one too.
My tears are like the quiet drift of petals from some magic rose, and all my grief flows from the rift of unremembered skies and snows. I think that if I touch the earth, it would crumble. It is so sad and beautiful, so tremulously, like a dream. My tears are like the quiet drift of petals from some magic rose, and all my grief flows from the rift of unremembered skies and snows. That if I touch the earth, it would crumble. It is so sad and beautiful, so tremulously, like a dream.
I like that one. So Good morning, Mr. Joe. How is it going, Joe? And we got Traveltology. How are you doing, Traveltology? Yeah. So, going forward, I guess. I don't know. So this is tomorrow. Start back classes, so it'll just be a regular show tomorrow. Tonight I might go down to Hot Springs, or I might just stay home. I don't know. Considering that this is going to be maybe my last time to go to do that for a while, because I'm going to be busy coming up very shortly. Heck, I've already started reading some of the stuff for my writing as information design class. It's going to be interesting. Yes, I have a feeling this semester is going to be extremely interesting, and I hope in more of a good way than a painful way. Because there's enough interesting pain going on right now in the existential sense of the concept in the world at large. So I guess I'll play these. Yeah, back to the grind, Joe. Back to the grind.
Over hill, over dale, thorough bush, thorough briar, over park, over pale, thorough flood, thorough fire. I do wander everywhere, swifter than the moonosphere, and I serve the fairy queen to do her orbs upon the green. The cowslips tall her pensioners be, in their gold coat spots you see. Those be rubies, fairy favors. In those freckles live their savors. I must go seek some dewdrops here and hang a pearl in every cowslip's ear. You spotted snakes with double tongue, thorny hedgehogs
be not seen. Newts and blind worms do no wrong. Come not near our fairy queen. Philomel with melody, singing our sweet lullaby. La 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 lullaby. La 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 lullaby. Never harm nor spell nor charm. Come our lovely lady night. So good night with lullaby. Weaving spiders, come not here. Hence, you long-legged spinners, hence. Beetles black, approach not near. Worm nor snail, do no offense. Philomel with melody, singing our sweet lullaby. La 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 lullaby. La 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 lullaby. Never harm nor spell nor charm. Come our lovely lady night. So good night with lullaby. Come unto these yellow sands and then take hands. Courts it when you have and kissed it, the wild waves whist. Foot it fiddly here and there. Hark, hark, bow wow, the watchdogs bark. Bow wow, hark, hark, I hear the strain of strutting chanticleer. Cry, cock-a-diddle-dow. to these yellow sands and then take hand. Courtesy it when you have and kissed it, the wild waves wing. Put it featly here and there, and sweet sprites the burthen bear. Hark, hark, bow wow, the watchdogs bark. Bow wow, hark, hark, I hear the strain of strutting chanticleer. Cry, cock-a-diddle-dow, bow wow, the watchdogs bark. Bow wow, hark, hark, I hear the strain of strutting chanticleer. Cry, cock-a-diddle-dow. Where the bee sucks, there suck I. In a cowslip's bell I lie. There I couch when owls do cry. On the bat's back I do fly. After summer merrily, merrily, merrily shall I live now under the blossom that hangs on the bough. Where the bee sucks, there suck I. In a cowslip's bell I lie. There I couch when owls do cry. On the bat's back I do fly. After summer merrily, merrily, merrily shall I
hope y'all like that sequence as much as I do. Move that a little bit there. Good morning, Style. How are you doing? I hope you're enjoying what you're hearing so far. If you want to get your inner angry child some entertainment, go back to the beginning, because the first like 35, 40 minutes was just really heavy, thrashy stuff. Oh, yes, I've been in a mood. There's a big part of me that's freaking pissed off royally. You know, and it's just not my Gen X cynicism. Although that does have a little bit to do with it. The state of the world, the state of my life in some respects. You know? I know I don't got some things to complain about, but I got other things to complain about. I'm just trying to get it all straight in the old brain pan sometimes is your brain enjoyed that. All right, cool. And yeah, let's see here. Yes, this is like I said, this is a different whimsical. I like that sequence. This is whimsical. It's like, well, especially the last one reminds me of George. But it's got that almost, late 60s, early 70s vibe with the epic arena act type feel to it. No, you can't. Anywho, let's kind of continue that vibe with let's see here. We'll start off with Disillusionment of 10 o'clock, since there's a little disillusionment going on around the old block right now. Paul Stevens.
Houses are haunted by white nightgowns. None are green or purple with green rings, or green with yellow rings, or yellow with blue rings. None of them are strange with socks of lace and beaded cinctures. People are not going to dream of baboons and periwinkles. Only here and there an old sailor, drunk and asleep in his boots, catches tigers in red weather. Socks of lace and beaded cinctures. People are not going to dream of baboons and periwinkles. Only here and there an old sailor, drunk and asleep in his boots, catches tigers in red weather.
stately pleasure dome decree, where Alph, the sacred river, ran through caverns measureless to man, down to a sunless sea. So twice 5 miles of fertile ground, with walls and towers were girdled round, and there were gardens bright with sinuous rills, where blossomed many an incense-bearing tree. And here were forests, ancient as the hills, enfolding sunny spots of greenery. But oh, that deep romantic chasm which slanted down the green hill athwart a cedar cover, a savage place is holy and enchanted, as there beneath the waning moon was haunted by woman wailing for her demon lover. And from this chasm with ceaseless turmoil seething, as if this earth in fasting pants were breathing, a mighty fountain momently was forced, amid whose swift half-intermitted burst huge fragments vaulted like rebounding hail, or chaffy grain beneath the thresher's flail. And mid these dancing rocks at once and ever, it flung up momently the sacred river. 5 miles meandering with amazing motion, through wood and dale the sacred river ran, then reached the caverns measureless to man, and sank in tumult to a lifeless ocean. And mid this tumult Kubla heard from far ancestral voices prophesying war. The shadow of the dome of pleasure floated midway on the waves, where was heard the mingled measure from the fountain and the caves. It was a miracle of rare device, a sunny pleasure dome with caves of ice. A damsel with a dulcimer in a vision once I saw. It was an Abyssinian maid, and on her dulcimer she played, singing of Mount Abora. Could I revive within me her symphony and song, to such a deep delight would win me, that with music loud and long I would build that dome in air, that sunny dome, those caves of ice. And all who heard should see them there, and all should cry, beware, beware. His flashing eyes, his floating hair, weave a circle round him thrice, and close your eyes with holy dread, for he on honeydew hath fed and drunk the milk of paradise. to your heart, and not the full 4 seasons of the year. And you must welcome from another part.
Such noble moods as are not mine, my dear. No gracious weight of golden fruits to sell have I, nor any wise and wintry thing. And I have loved you all too long and well to carry still the high sweet breast of spring. Wherefore I say, oh love, as summer goes,
I must be gone, still forth with silent drums,
that you may hail anew the bird and rose.
when I come back to you as summer comes.
Else will you see
At some not distant time,
even your summer in another clime.
Let's see here. Oh, yeah. So the little one is not little anymore. Oh, I remember when I hit that age. Oh my lord. Yeah, I didn't like it. Although I did, I don't know. It's confusing, you know. It's especially for someone like me, sensitive, damaged, you know. And yeah, growing up and out here where I grew up, it really went downhill when I discovered girls. Yeah. And I also discovered that they didn't like me very much. It's another reason I'm cynical. So I'm going to play 3 more. Yeah. Starting with Twilight at Sea. Uses some progressive Latin rock stuff. So here. Yeah.
The twilight hours like birds flew by as lightly and as free. 10,000 stars were in the sky, 10,000 on the sea. For every wave with dimpled face that leaped upon the air had caught a star in its
sap and gum. Out of the old dark forest come, where birds their beaks like hammers wield, and pith is pierced and bark is peeled, where the green walnut's outer rind gives precious bitterness to the wind. There lurks the sweet creative power, as lurks the honey in the flower. A subtile effluence floats around, where sheath and shootlets break the ground, and in each blossom's magic cup, from infinite deeps a thought comes up. In winter's bud that bursts in spring, in nut of autumn's ripening, in acrid bulb beneath the mold, sleeps the elixir strong and old, that Rosicrucian sought in vain, life that renews itself again. Rich as purple mulberry juice, and what school-polished gem of thought is like a rune from nature caught. He is a poet strong and true, who loves wild thyme and honeydew. Of centuries.
Yeah, that sucks. Being, especially at that age, being sensitive and stuff. Yeah. Growing up, like I said, a lot. Growing up out here, it's still confusing to think about at times because I grew up in a very small town, and that age group that you grow up in, that you're with. They do a lot to influence you, mold you, help how they and it's like when I hit that age. Let's just put it this way. Back in April, one of the girls that I grew up with, well, she's a woman. One of the girls, she's a year or two behind me. So in that age group, I hadn't seen her in decades. It was a Easter thing with families and everything, because I've known her all my life. And we were catching up and everything. When I told her that I'd been married, gone through a divorce and all that stuff, she had this look of shock on her face. You have an ex? Yeah. Oh, I wanted to just, part of me wanted to just rip into her. But I just laughed it off. Because, the funny thing is, most of the ratio, and I've said this before in interviews and other things I've done, the ratio here was pretty skewed, especially in that age group. It's like 65-35-ish, right around in there, male to female. And later on in life, I found out one girl, I talked to her every once in a while. Now, one had some interest in me, but she was actively dissuaded by one of her friends, a guy who hated me. But the thing is, I wouldn't have touched her with a 10-foot pole. See how that shit goes? Oh, wow. Existential angst aside, I'll play a few more.
One feather is a bird I claim, one tree a wood. In a low voice I heard more than a mortal should. And so I stood apart, hidden in my own heart. And yet I roamed out where those notes went like the bird whose thin song hung in air, diminished yet still heard. I lived with open sound, aloft and on the ground. That ghost was my own choice, the shy cerulean bird. It sang with her true voice, and it was I who heard a slight voice reply. I heard and only I. Desire exalts the ear, bird, girl, and ghostly tree. The earth, the solid air, their slow song sang in me. The long noon pulsed away like any summer day. Cerulean bird, it sang with her true voice, and it was I who heard a slight voice reply. I heard and only I. Desire exalts the ear, bird, girl, and ghostly tree. The earth, the solid air, their slow song sang in me. The long noon pulsed away like any summer day. sweat. We racked our lips, we rang for words to ward off sleep, to warn ourselves to warn. The earth we mounted wound our vows until it fit and fits. The earth we mounted rouse and rock. We harp, we yawned and tried to yaw and tried to fix the fix. We facted, felt we fact and fanfare anthem, hammered, felt the words were stagnate, snapping half in heat. The wane, the melt, what words we'd hoarded, halved in holy porous. Meanwhile, tide still tide, and we still wash for sounds to mark and mar. Still wash for sounds to mark and mar. What words we had to help, what words we had. We kneeled and kneeled, we knelt and wept. We wrung to wet the sweat. We racked our lips, we rang for words to ward off sleep, to warn ourselves to warn. The earth we mounded wound our vows until it fit and fits. The earth we mounded roused and rocked. We harped, we yawned and tried to yaw and tried to fix a fix. We facted, felt we fact and fanfare anthem, hammered, felt the words were stagnate, snapping half in heat. The wane, the melt, what words we'd hoarded, halved and holy porous. Meanwhile, tide still tide, and we still wash for sounds to mark and mar. Still wash for sounds to mark and mar. Maud went to college, Sadie stayed home. Sadie scraped life with a fine-tooth comb. She didn't leave a tangle in, a comb found every strand. Sadie was one of the livingest chicks in all the land. Sadie bore 2 babies under her maiden name. Maud and Ma and Papa nearly died of shame. When Sadie settled last so long, her girl struck out from home. Sadie left as heritage her fine-tooth comb. Mama went to college, is a thin brown mouse. She is living all alone in
in this old house. When Sadie said her last so long, the girl struck out from home. Sadie left as heritage her fine tooth comb. But who went to college is a thin brown mouse. She is living all alone in this old house.
Oh, perspectives. That's what it comes down to a lot of times, Marco and Eyeball. Yeah, I am really sorry. Why is that doing that there? I don't know. Okay, so all right. Well, I think I'm going to wrap things up. Got a long day ahead, especially if I'm going to Hot Springs. I got to go get the oil changed in my car. She's way beyond time for having one done. So I'm going to get along with my day. I hope y'all have a good one. So yeah, we'll play one more. I ain't even going to beg for subs. At this point, what good will it do? All right, where in the hell is it? Here, Poor Man's Pig.
Already fallen plum bloom stars the green apple boughs, and apple boughs is not as old toads back. Ooh. Where there's small roses, there a rose is seen. The building thrush watches old Job who stacks. Ooh. The bright peeled roses on the sunny fence. The pencil grunts to hear him stumping by, and tries to push the bold and scamper then, but her ring snout still keeps her to the start. He lets her run away, she snorts in bundling gallop for the cottage door, with hungry hubbub begging crusts and orts. Then like the whirlwind bumping round once more. Nuzzle in the dark, making the pullets run, and sulky as a child when her play's done. Plum bloom stars the green apple boughs, and apple boughs is not as old toads back. Ooh. Where there's small roses, there a rose is seen. The building thrush watches old Job who stacks. Ooh. The bright peeled roses on the sunny fence. The pencil grunts to hear him stumping by, and tries to push the boat and scamper then, but her ring keeps her to the style. Then out lets her run away, she snorts in bundling gallop for the cottage door, with hungry hubbub begging crust and orts. Then like the whirlwind bumping round once more, nuzzle in the dark, making the pullets run, and sulky as a child when her play's done.
Okay. All right. Hot Springs. Yes. Hot Springs, Arkansas on Wednesday nights. They do an open mic, and it's called Wednesday Night Poetry. It's been going on since like 89. Been going on for a while. And I try to go there every once in a while. And since, semester starting tomorrow and stuff, it's just, I'm not going to have the time to go there as that often this coming semester. So, anywho, sweet dreams, T. Have a good day at work, Rika, and Kathy, and all you guys. And I'll see you tomorrow for just a regular show because I got to go to class after that. All right. Y'all have a good one.